Welcome to JW North High School. I am Nick Rice, joined alongside Jeff Gorham. We're back for another Friday night on Riverside TV. JW North takes on Los Altos tonight in a matchup between two very successful programs and teams that are working with new head coaches too.
I'll tell you what though, North is #1 on the Inland Sports Riverside TV. Top of the list. They are a fantastic team, headed with a great offense and a solid defense.
Well, we'll see exactly where they fare in the city of Riverside. We'll talk a little bit about that tonight. They have a new coach, which is amazing considering O.P. Vaipulu. He's been with the program for a while, but as a head coach, he's only 4 games in, but you wouldn't know it by their record. 4-0.
He is the king of mean, as I like to say. He's a tough guy. He's a defensive line coach. He has really merged this offense and defense together, and they are a formidable team here in Riverside.
Now, many people know about JW North's success, but they rival a school like Los Altos, who has been to the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years and have looked pretty strong out of their league.
Well, you look at Los Altos, they've played some really, really tough teams. They're 1-3 to start the season, but they've played Ayala, they've played Claremont, they've played some really, really tough matchups, and tonight won't be any different.
Exactly. So it's the final non-league game for these two schools before we begin conference play, and it's coming up right next on the City of Riverside Game of the Week.
The Riverside County Transportation Commission has partnered with California Operation Lifesaver to educate Riverside County residents about how to be safe around trains and railroad tracks. Here are 3 safety facts you need to know. First, trespassing on train tracks is not only dangerous and can lead to serious injury, it is also illegal. Second, you may not always be able to hear a train coming, which is why it's important to always stay off and away from tracks. And finally, it can take a train up to a mile to come to a complete stop. If an object or person is on the tracks and the train can't stop in time, unfortunately, a collision may occur. Now that you're the expert, you can help us spread the word by sharing these important safety messages with your friends and family. We thank you for practicing rail safety.
Crystal clear 72-degree skies right here from beautiful Riverside, California. JW North High School is the host of this Week 5 matchup between the Huskies and the Conquerors of Los Altos in what should be a terrific football game.
The Conquerors, but North is looking to conquer Los Altos. I'll tell you what, I'm excited to see the #1 ranked team in the city of Riverside versus a very, very tough Los Altos Conquerors roster.
The Conquerors out of Hacienda Heights, California, not too far away. JW North in the navy blue and the gold pants with white numbers. Los Altos in all white with the blue numbers for tonight's game. JW North checks in at 4-0 this year and is set to kick off to Los Altos, who comes into this game at 1-3 this season. Conquerors fresh off a tight loss that they suffered to Monrovia on the road against the Wildcats just a couple weeks ago. And they are set to return the opening kickoff from Jose Lara. Returnable from Titone Perez, but he'll let that one roll through the end zone for a touchback. Just a beautiful night for football, Jeff. It should be a good one.
It finally feels like fall. It's
Yes.
not 113 degrees at 7 o'clock at night. It's, what did you say? It was 72 degrees?
72, you know. The weather never lies, does it? But that's
Man.
what I see on my phone. It's breezy, a little bit coming in to our press box tonight. It should be a lot of fun, and it feels like football weather now that everything's back in full swing.
Yeah, we got the Mount Rubidoux in the background, and the indefensible North Husky defense.
Absolutely. We'll talk plenty about that incredible Husky defense. David Castillo, a 6-foot, 205-pound senior quarterback, leads the way for Los Altos to begin the game, and he is quickly under pressure and swallowed up by DeCastro deep in the backfield. JW North is, they may get a benefit of some forward progress here, but they get a huge play defensively.
No, they
stole it away, did they?
They took it right away. Manny DeCastro went angry, took the ball, and I just talked about that defense, and they are ready to score here on their first play of offense.
Well, we may need to take a second look at that wild play that we just saw. There was about 4 or 5 different Huskies ripping it away. DeCastro sports number 33, but the one who took it away appears to be, number 40, Lisitoa Toki for his first fumble recovery of the year.
He is part of the
And they've got the quarterback run from Jaden Gamble in the first play of the game. The Huskies have wasted no time at all. 14 seconds in, Jeff Gorham. The takeaway and the touchdown. JW North has the early lead.
I'll tell you what, one play, one score, but let's go back to the defense that led to this, and we talk about the defense firm of Topu, and Toki.
Topu and Toki.
Got the two Topus, you got the Toki, you got the criminal defense right there.
The law enforcement and Los Altos, they've got to quickly adjust to this sort of defense if they want to figure a way to move the ball against one of the best defenses in the entire CIF. Huskies, 14 seconds in, turn the takeaway into points. Jaden Gamble, number 10, the veteran quarterback, with the handoff to Hassan Elliott, who scores. What a start for the Huskies.
Hey,
we didn't even get a chance to gather ourselves, enjoy the weather. We've got some crazy stuff going on tonight.
We're 14 seconds into this ball game. We've seen one offensive play by Los Altos, one offensive play by the Huskies, and just like that, they're up 7-0.
What a start for the Huskies. Hassan Elliott scores his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. We will see a lot of him tonight, and Venancio Micaele, a two-headed monster that the Huskies have at running back. Taken by the up man at around the 22-yard line.
That was a pitching wedge right there.
Santiago Garcia for a couple. So Los Altos is up against the defense we just talked about it a moment ago that is giving up 5 points per game. Insane numbers for this club this season.
Got the big boys up front. DeCastro, Wilson, Salvador, and that incredible secondary of John W. North.
In the Sunset League, the most sacks by any player in that league that sports 5 different teams is Christian Wilson, the big fella up front at nose guard, number 99. Castillo, on his first pass of the ball game, finds the diving Gabriel Gonzalez, and he picks up about 6. Well, that play worked a little better in the last snap. Pass protection held up, and Gonzalez makes the grab.
Yeah, they actually get a play off.
Los Altos this season is scoring just over 12 points per game and put up a few touchdowns in their loss last week to the Tartans of Glendora, 49-14 defeat last week. They'll go to the run, and this one doesn't gain much at all. Leo Tupou, as mentioned early in the broadcast, makes the stop, and that may have, in fact, lost a yard. Number 45, Tupou on the tackle.
They're going to be calling those guys out quite a bit. The law firm of Tupou, and Toki. They're a fine criminal defense attorneys. You can look them up in the white pages.
Absolutely, and we may talk about them at some point, but it all starts, and we'll talk about it throughout the game today, with the coaching staff, which has been phenomenal. Nathan Aguilar on the pitch is tripped up by Payne after a short pickup. JW North is led by head coach Opalani Vepulu, who specializes on defensive line, and you could really tell in the first quarter of this game about just how well coached this unit is.
Yeah, OP did a great job over at Riverside Poly. He's been a lot of places, but everywhere he's been, he's held success at the highest standard, especially here at John W. North High School.
That 5-yard run from Aguilar, a freshman wide receiver, nets the first down. Flag has been thrown. This may be a false start. Neutral zone. Our lead official for tonight's game is Steve Pollard, umpire Tim Burrows, head linesman Matt Burrows, and line judge Terrence Gunkel, with Quinn Sanders manning the back judge duties for tonight's game. They have a 5-man crew here tonight at JW North.
You have to. Too much going on, man.
We might need a third broadcaster if guys are going to steal snaps and score those type of plays that we saw a moment ago from JW North. Los Altos, to their credit, after the turnover, has responded well. Pitch to Andrew Aranda. That's a gain of 6 and a Los Altos first down.
Los Altos kind of getting into the groove now offensively after that first turnover, but they've moved the sticks twice here on this drive.
JW North comes into this game fresh off of a drubbing of the Summit Skyhawks, and they have really, with their 4 wins, they've really put the city on notice. We'll talk as much as we can about the successes of the rest of the teams in this city, but JW North has shined unlike few in this area as one of the city's best, absolutely. This run's going nowhere. Yet again, Manny DeCastro, he explodes into the backfield and is one of the first defenders on the stop.
I'll tell you what, they are so tough. When they see a run coming, they are going full blitz. They are getting in that backfield quick.
Manny DeCastro, number 33. Danny Salvador, number 9, combined on the stop. And JW North's defense has stolen the show in this first quarter with a takeaway and a few tackles for loss. Second down, and they actually marked him all the way back to the 48 for a loss of 4. Castillo is immediately rushed by 3 defenders, but does find his man on the middle screen. A late flag has been thrown off the tackle from Leo Tupou. That's a gain of 5.
What the call is here.
The middle screen to Andrew Aranda, number 15. Look at that hit provided by Tupou. You hear it all over the newspapers and on TV, but until you see it, it's hard to fully understand just how technically and physically sound they are on the defensive side of the ball.
And a legal man down the field there. That's going to push him back 5 more yards. They're going to decline it, though, which good call by North High School. Make them go 11 yards on one play here. Let's see if they can stop him.
This is the opening third down try of the ball game for the Conquerors out of Hacienda Heights and Los Altos High School. 3rd and 11. Castillo is flushed out to his right. He's got to make one man miss, and Wilkins hammers him about 3 yards short. Sion Tupou pushed him inside, then Wilkins finished the play, and Los Altos has a decision to make. They may go for it.
Castillo, good move there. He's a pretty big guy there. Hard to bring him down. They're going to go for it, though.
Well,
why not?
Absolutely. It takes a special guy like a Christian Wilkins, who sports number 99 for JW North, to have the sort of size of a defensive lineman and the speed of someone who can chase the scrambling quarterback, that is David Castillo, who earned the starting job this year at quarterback in front of 2 other very capable veterans, and Andrew Silva and Angel Cimental. 4th down and 3, Los Altos on the road, down a touchdown early. They're going for it. Triple option formation for the Conquerors, and the Huskies will burn a timeout there first.
Coach Viapulu saw something he maybe didn't like. Said, I'm going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
Let's see if Los Altos comes out and decides maybe they don't want to go for it here on 4th down. This would be a huge, huge stop if you're the Huskies. Really keep
There's
momentum
the
in your track.
Right. There he is, Opalani Vepulu. What do you think he's drawing up on a 4th down and 3 here?
I think he's telling them, hey, stay up front. You know, be careful for a little short pass in the flat. And keep the man in front of you. Knock him down. Hurt him. I don't know if you'd say hurt him. That sounds kind of mean. That's just the defense that we've seen from this North team. And I've seen a lot of defenses over my last 50 years of life and in the city of Riverside. And this is one, though, that really sticks out. I've been, talking to a lot of people around the city. Our friend, good friend Pep Fernandez, and Ghazal Hazan, who covered the game last time. I'm telling you, this is one of the best defenses we've seen. And wait till you see the offense we have yet to really see tonight. With Gamble, they've got great receivers. With Granger, Calhoun, they have some studs on the offensive side of the football, including that great running back, Venancio Mekaele.
But first, a 4th and 3 for Los Altos in the midst of a sensational drive. Could be a big turning point in this first quarter. With the triple option, they'll go to the run outside for Vedillo, who turns the corner and has just enough.
So a big play and a third first down by the Conquerors.
It appeared as though they were running a similar type formation, a triple option before the timeout, and they stick to their convictions, led by Travis Brown, who is also a young and emerging coach in the CIF Southern section. A gutsy play call in this first quarter, 4th and 3 conversion for Los Altos. Back to the ground, inside for Kearney. That's a gain of about 4. Los Altos is led by Travis Brown, who's in his 4th season as a head coach with the Conquerors. And many may know a little bit about Travis Brown or have heard of that name because he used to be a 2-time all-conference player and a 2-time state champion at Los Altos High School back in the day.
He's back at his home at his original high school. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's got to feel pretty good, too, that he's been pretty successful during his stint at his alma mater. Play fake from Castillo, takes it himself and doesn't do much, but maybe gain a yard.
Smart play by Castillo, holding on to that one. He might have pitched that and might have jumped the gap and lost a couple yards there. Let's see here on the replay. Good fake. Says nothing there. Would have been back. Smart play from the senior.
Tackled by Leo Tupou, who has been nearly everywhere in run support for JW North so far. 3rd and about 5, maybe 6 for Los Altos. Just outside of field goal range, too, for the Conquerors. Bendata is in motion, but Castillo will instead hand it off to the opposite side. And Wilkins drags down Kearney along with a host of other Huskies. They may have another 4th down attempt coming up as they're just outside of field goal range. When Travis Brown was the coach about 20 years ago, or rather the player about 20 years ago for the Conquerors, he is 35 years old now. Maybe this was the sort of formation and play calling that he's accustomed to. Triple option, 1 to 2 receivers, and a run-heavy offense. Castillo has 1 completed pass. Actually 2. That penalty was declined. 2 completions in this first quarter. 4th and 3. Titone Perez is one of 2 backs. Pitch to Aguilar, and he is dropped. The Huskies make the stop on 4th and 3.
Huge play defensively, and tell you what, that's got to really knock some little deflate the football there on that one. If North just really takes control of that last play. They knew they were going outside, tried to cut in, and boom.
Yep, you told the Huskies to hurt him, and I think that hit is something I'm sure he'll feel the next day.
Brought down by Toki.
18 tackles coming in for Lisitoa Toki. Well, this really is the first drive of note for JW North today. They had the 1-play touchdown, Hassan Elliott's, for the score. Of Elliott's 9 carries, 4 of them are touchdowns. That's a pretty good mark. Jaden Gamble, the veteran quarterback, takes off to his left on the first down, and he gets crushed. A 3-yard gain, the hit from Anthony Sanchez to limit the run from the quarterback.
The transfer from Santiago High School really kind of fit in well here with this North offense. Very poised in the backfield. He's got a great arm. If you watch him throw during the game here, he doesn't wind up the throw. He's just got a nice, strong arm. Takes small steps, throwing the football. Very accurate, and can read his progressions better than almost anybody we've seen in the city of Riverside this season.
He looks just like Tua Tagovailoa, in my opinion. Anyways, 2nd down and 7. He checks it down on his first completion of the game, and Ayala races past the marker. 8-yard gain and a North first down.
Just very fluid as we see here on that pass. Just an easy motion for him. It has some zip on it as we see it here in the replay. Very poised. You see him, he just Makes it easy pass.
Great camera angle right there. Excellent Riverside TV crew for getting a good look at that one. And a perfectly thrown spiral on his first attempts of the ball game. 1st and 10 late in the opening quarter of a 7-0 Husky lead. Gamble looks to his right, and that is reeled in at around the 45-yard line. If I'm not mistaken, that is number 11, Ushar Granger, with the most catches on the team. Give him 23 now, and another Husky first down.
He's another one of those transfers from Santiago High School. Those two have connected quite a few times over their high school career. Granger, a big-time recruit, a senior. He's got a younger brother, freshman, on the team as well.
Granger is also a pretty steady home run threat for this club this year. Just the 10th run of the season for Elliott, but he is also a home run threat with 4 rushing touchdowns. And he also may have delivered a blow onto Los Altos. Let's look at that run. The Conquerors have a man down on the field. That was Hassan Elliott's intended tackler on the play. Look at this vicious run. And it's number 4 for Los Altos, David Titon Perez, who brought him down. It appeared as though he was okay momentarily after that hit, and then he fell back down.
Looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him.
Could have
the way
been.
He was sitting there.
So these two schools are about maybe an hour, hour and a half between each other, Hacienda Heights and JW North. And this is the first time in a couple of decades that the two schools have met each other. That was Gabriel Gonzalez, not Titon Perez. Gonzalez, who was away from the play, was the one who got shaken up. But these two schools, even though they may be very far apart, they have very similar stories. Both made the playoffs a few seasons ago, and they have CIF championship aspirations, and realistically so. They have been in that conversation for years. JW North just made the playoffs in 2018 and hopes to get back. Play fake from Gamble, and he takes a shot deep to the right, overthrowing Damian Ayala. Incomplete.
Good pass, just a little overthrown.
Jaden Gamble, the 6-foot senior quarterback, leads the Sunset League at 69% completions. He's very efficient no matter where he's throwing the ball. Deep, intermediate, outside, inside. He's been efficient all season. So he'll certainly be missed when he graduates this season. Will the Santiago transfer? Cameron Shannon, I'm sure, is anxious next season to be in the running for the starting quarterback. Shall he return? Hassan Elliott has been the lead tote getter in this first quarter. He's dragged down by Aguilar, but moves the chains on a dance of 18.
Hassan Elliott really showing how quick he is. Very quick-footed. We have yet to see Mecca Ale tonight. Maybe he is a scratch for the night, but it's pretty nice when you can have another back come out of the wide receiving core. And that's Elliott right there.
I was amazed to see that neither Hassan Elliott or Venancio Micaele, two guys who have been starting varsity running backs for years, are not getting much collegiate attention. Just surprising to me. Hassan Elliott on the gut run is dragged down by a host of defenders led by Joaquin Carney inside the 15. There may be another Conqueror down. A little slow to get up. But Elliott and Micaele may unofficially be 1 and 2 on the all-time Huskies rushing list. I mean, they are just insane running the ball over the years at JW North. This Huskies drive began inside their own 30. Gamble takes a shot into the end zone. Granger was the intended target. Plenty of contact. That's pass interference on Los Altos.
Let's see if this ball is underthrown. It looked like it might have been underthrown a little bit. Just throw it up there. Granger, a basketball player as well, just go up there and grab it. Get up there, throw it up high. You didn't get to see the end of that play, but there's the PI called.
6'3", 175 pounds. Hushar Granger. Wouldn't be the first or the last JW North football player to couple on the basketball team. In fact, we saw that out of Kayvon Baptiste just last season, who coupled on both sports and is now playing football at San Jose State, heralding out of JW North High School. They'll go back to the ground. Here's Asan Elliott, who backs his way into the end zone. Touchdown, JW North.
That's a pretty nice start for that young man. He's got a couple touchdowns here in the first quarter. Pretty much untouched.
Yeah, it appeared as though they waved off the pass interference penalty, but it didn't matter. That's as easy a stroll if I've ever seen one as he backpedals in, Jeff. And the extra point is good. Not too often you have two of the best runners in the whole league on the same team. Elliott and Mikaele, and the Huskies are on the board again.
Yeah, I'm looking on the sidelines. Mikaele has yet to come in. He's standing on the sidelines. He's probably dying to get in. Hopefully we get to see him play tonight.
Those two runners both average over 8 yards a carry. They've combined now with the 2 touchdowns from Elliott. 5 games, 13 touchdowns between those two.
It's a pretty good clip right there.
That fight song sounds like another fight song.
No, it doesn't. It's the John W. North fight song.
Absolutely.
Played by the Blue Star Regiment, the world's greatest band.
No argument here. I mean, they've got an entire city on that sideline playing in the band. There has to be at least 200, 300 people there playing for JW North. Great return out of David T-Tone Perez. He was down to the 39. Officials may spot him, yes, right at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Blue Star Regiment's been around forever. They've been in movies. They've been in the Rose Bowl. They've been the Macy's Day Parade. They've been all over the place. Yeah.
JW North, huh?
Best band in the world. Great run there. Conquering. It was a conquering. You like that?
Yes. Against the Huskies. We learned about that.
Yeah, you asked me last week, what's the difference between a husky and a bear? And I said, well, one's a dog, one's a bear.
And then I asked you, what is a bear? So David Castillo takes off and gets crushed at around the line of scrimmage. A rough start to the game, running the ball for the Conqueror quarterback.
The big boys up front really taking care of business, and then you get the second wave of Huskies.
Forget about it if you get to the second wave of Huskies.
He jumped on that guy like he was a sandwich. It was a loose sandwich. So I'm gonna go take it. I'm gonna eat it.
I'm sure there's plenty of that down there on the field. JW North 14, Los Altos 0 at the end of the first quarter here from Riverside. You know, I've got a feeling that there might be something else going on here at some point.
There's always things going on in Riverside. In fact, let's talk about what's on the screen right there, the 8th Annual Tamale Festival. It's back.
What?
The 8th Annual Tamale Festival in downtown Riverside. It has live music, dance, lucha libre wrestling, which I love, art, Kids Zone, the beer garden. Oh, you gotta like the beer garden. Shopping, food, and of course, tamales. Children 12 and under are free. That's tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. at White Park in downtown Riverside. Don't miss this great family-friendly event and help raise funds for the Spanish Town Heritage Foundation, which is dedicated to championing the Hispanic legacy of the Inland Empire's first settlers. Find out more at riversidetamale.fest.com. tamales.com. I can't wait. Do you like tamales?
Do I like tamales?
Do you like the cornmeal that they mix with it? See, I like any kind of tamale.
If Los Altos here, they won't do much on the second down run. If they had tamales on one stand and then the Riverside Bugs on the other stand, both cooking at once.
What are you choosing?
What am I choosing? I'd probably choose.
You're
You know, that's the great thing about Riverside. You don't have to choose.
You can go to both. You can do them all.
That's right.
Tamales, though. You put any.
Yeah.
You could put dirt in a tamale. I'd eat it.
You can
for
put
God's
bugs
sakes.
in the tamale.
Put some bugs, some crickets.
How about that?
You've never had a tamale, have you? Be honest. Have you ever had one?
I mean, I've had a tamale, but I haven't had a real tamale. There's a difference.
Oh.
Tamale festival tamales are not like the ones
They're
you
gonna
buy at
teach you.
Costco.
No,
you know, where
no.
you get the bulk in 30.
No, you got to go and they'll wrap it up for you. Put some string on it. You have no idea what I'm saying, do you?
Castillo on a 3rd and 10 throws the tunnel screen to Titone Perez, and he is nailed after a gain of 2. That just reminds me of, I was trying to convince somebody, maybe it was you, about how I have very good Chinese food every once in a while at Panda Express.
Oh, Nick Rice. Oh, Nick Rice.
It's all it's Americanized and it's delicious, you know.
Yeah, my children love it.
You're outnumbered on this one. All right, you're outnumbered on this one. Do you get those bulk tamales to get a little bit more on topic here? Do you buy those bulk tamales, or do you just wait for the tamale festival
Only
every year?
tamale festival, and at Christmas time, I have students that bring me tamales.
Tamales for Christmas.
That's what you're supposed to have it.
I've heard that.
Oh, Nick Rice. I'm concerned.
I'm the type of guy that actually gets turkey for Christmas.
That's normal, I guess.
Is that? Okay, I'm sweating up here, so I'm trying not to get too many wrong answers.
No,
All right,
I just asked you if you ever had a tamale. I'm not
most
sure.
people would just say yes or no, but
No.
I guess I'm a little different, huh? What about you? Have you ever had a tamale?
I eat them all the time. I just told you I love them. They're fantabulous.
Fantabulous. September 18th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. White Park, downtown Riverside. Should be fun. First carry of the game, that's Venancio Michele, and it's not a moment too soon. Gain of 11 on the cutback and a first down.
Yeah, am I too much of a homer if I say I love watching this guy run the football? I've watched him for 4 years now, and he's my favorite.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure every conqueror does not like his running at all.
Well, watch. I want you to watch him. See,
Oh.
he makes contact with you. I wouldn't want to tackle that guy, and he'll jump over you if you get too low.
He's listed at 5'8", 200 pounds, and I'm saying no way.
I'd say he is. Maybe not 5'8", but he's 200 pounds. There he is.
There's
There he is.
Michele again. He averages 11 yards a run this season, and that's even better than advertised. Gain of 17. Los Altos may have a mulligan here on a JW North penalty.
Yep, there's a hold.
Let's see who might have committed that. And just from that first replay, it appeared.
Do you really need to hold when he's running the football? Just let him run off of you. Don't do anything, because he's going to hurt you more than you're going to hurt him.
Well, even though they did commit the penalty, maybe they felt that Michele could convert this all by himself. First down and 15. First and 15 from the 42. And Michele is in the block. The handoff goes to the shifty and the explosive Hassan Elliott. Gain of 10.
They're like the mini version of Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah.
They're like a rumble and a light.
Oh, look at that move right there.
See, that's the Lightning right there. And here comes the Thunder right here. You got the two backs.
And that has to be so challenging on a defense. Who's going to tote the ball? Who's going to block? Michele will block this time. On a 3rd and 5, here's Hassan Elliott. One to be to the 20. Elliott's at the 10. That is a 42-yard Hassan Elliott touchdown with a flag.
Going to be a flag. It's going to be a block in the back. I saw it on the last tough play. Don't block. Don't mess around. He's gone. The block was so far away from the play. You got to be smart.
Can you even tell who committed the hold there?
I saw it, but there it is right there.
Is that
the block
Granger, number 11?
That was a not a great move there. It's going to be a block in the back.
Lead official Steve Pollard for tonight. Most of that run from Elliott will still stand.
Trying to figure out where the penalty started at the 20.
Near the right hash, which is interesting. JW North leads the Sunset League with 36 points per game. Dominant offensive performance this year, and they have put up 49 against Notre Dame just 2 weeks ago. We saw them live. Jaden Gamble. Incomplete. Jaden Gamble had a breakout performance against Notre Dame a couple of weeks ago, throwing for 201 yards and 4 touchdowns. Well, we saw one of Los Altos defenders, Jesus Rivera, number 58, lose his helmet and still rush the passer.
Yeah, we got to see what he looked like.
Yeah. We are 8:33 removed from the halftime break. Tunnel screen, Jeremiah Calhoun on the grab. And the 6'2" senior on his 6th grab of the season picks up near first down yardage, maybe about 2 yards away.
A great move by Calhoun as we see. He catches, stops, the defender flies by, gets right past, nearly a first down. First time we've called Calhoun's name this evening.
First time in years, I don't know how long, but definitely at least a couple years, we've seen a southpaw man the starting spot for JW North. Lefty Jaden Gamble. But he steps in as a transfer from Santiago and has played very well. Vanacio Michele. There's 2 to bring him down, and they finally do inside the 15.
Clock moving.
Let's see, how many people touches Michele? That might have been a hand for 1. Touched him again. There's 2. The tackle from Manuel Pulido.
Looks like we have a timeout. You know what that means?
Oh, yes.
Water rebates, my friend. Water rebates. Water efficiency has become a way of life in Southern California, and Riverside Public Utilities offers a variety of rebates to help customers lower their water use and save money. Simple changes can make a big difference. Visit riversidepublicutilities.com/rebates to learn more. Tell you what, I've learned a lot from the city of Riverside, and I'm going to be very, very honest. Up in the Orange Crest area, they have a garden set up where you can learn all about how to plant certain kinds of plants and if it's good in your area. I went there with my wife and kids, and we figured out what kind of plants, and we took those ideas and transferred them to my home. So, yes, great place.
Interesting.
Yeah. I am water efficient, my friend.
Pots and pans doesn't do it, right? You got to have the trickle down.
I have solar.
Pots.
I have a lot of gravel.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's pretty. At the palatial stately Gorham Manor, it is a lovely oasis.
Governor Jeff Gorham embraces the high-tech irrigation. Jaden Gamble fires towards Calhoun. That one's broken up by Gabriel Gonzalez, number 2, incomplete. Which may bring up, is that third down now?
Second, my
Oh, that's
my man.
second. Oh, that is second down.
Ball tip there by Gabriel Gonzalez. His nickname is the Water Boy. Did you know that?
Oh,
It says right there, the Water Boy.
the water boy.
Yeah, he's a senior.
He plays a lot of snaps for being a water boy. Do you, for the tamales, do you use all that hot stuff or just the way that it comes?
Whatever they give me, my friend.
Throwing the sauce on there?
Yeah, sure.
Sure,
Hot.
why not?
Hot as possible.
Hot. Tunnel screen, Ushar Granger with some open space. He's dragged down just outside the 5-yard line. The tackle from Andrew Aranda. And I ask because I'm just wondering exactly what type of tamales will be there at that festival.
I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll be there, and when I go to the RCC game tomorrow night, I will be talking all about my tamales at White Park.
How far away is White Park from the Wheelock Stadium?
About a 3-minute walk.
3-minute walk?
Yep.
I think I could do that. Vinacio Michele. No one wants to bring that guy down as he scores his 9th touchdown of the season.
Big play there. Look at him. He makes contact and then drops guys and just keeps going.
This doesn't go into the stat sheet, but the line play for JW North, led by this rookie coach, Opalani Veipulu, is as good as it's been in quite a while. This, both offense and defense up front, the lines have been phenomenal. Another display of some excellent blocking on that run.
Yeah, North has 5 CIF championships. Did you know
5?
that? Yeah. They beat Rubidoux in 1995.
Interesting.
In 2001, they beat Valley View. 2003, they beat Norco. 2006, they beat La Quinta. And their most recent, in 2007, they beat Palm Desert.
I do know in 2006 they went 14-0 that year. They didn't just win the championship; they rolled through that
Ran
season.
the table.
They conquered the 06 schedule, did they?
Yes, they did. It was in Division 8.
JW North, unlike most schools, will have a banner for every year of their championship. They just have one enormous banner with a whole bunch of dates on it for all their championship wins. They do things a little differently here, do they?
They do. If they've won championships and everything, last year they were state champs in track.
Well, they have a beautiful facility here at JW North High School, just off of the 215 freeway near the 91. Little tongue twister there. And JW North High School hopes that this could be the year where they start putting things together to get back into that championship mold. They're 4-0 this year, but Opalani Veipulu, at the award-winning Riverside TV coach's perspective, he refused getting complacent and taking any praise for their 4-0 start to the season.
He's happy. You kidding me?
You kidding me? That's just that coach's speak. But you'd think he's been here for 5 or 10 years as a head coach. Yes, he's been an assistant, but sir is well-spoken like a veteran. Jet sweep to Andrew Aranda, who's been busy in the office tonight. Gain of 5 on another run for the senior.
Well, he's related to Dennis Brown, you know.
Related.
He's related, so he takes him with him. Remember, he was here in 2010 through 12 as the assistant coach at North, and he was the head coach at Riverside Poly.
Yep.
And they went to the CIF championship. Then he was over at Tockwitz, where he was an assistant coach, and at RCC back in 2008 and 2010.
Just joined at the hip. Second down and a short 5. And Castillo throws that one into the turf, incomplete. Some Riverside City stadiums do the grass thing, but it's all turf pellets all over the field here at JW North High School. Just a fast field, and you can see it tonight. I mean, everybody looks blazing fast.
Blazing speed there, Nick.
Make sure to join us on Riverside TV tomorrow night. Kickoff at 6. Riverside debuts its home schedule with a matchup against the Saddleback Gauchos. It should be very fun tomorrow night. Tom Crafts, defending national champions, puts his championship to the test. Castillo dances past Wilkins on this third down run, and he scrambles for 6 and a first down. Heads up play, the tackle from Taiwan Payne, but the quarterback keeps the chains moving.
Nice move from the quarterback. Talking about that RCC game, starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow, huh?
6 p.m.
No, I'm glad you told me that. I thought it was a 7.
I was going to correct you earlier, but,
Heck, well, those games last like 4 hours and 5 hours long.
Yeah.
He'll be on the call with Ghazal Hassan tomorrow night.
Should be. I know Ghazal is going to be absolutely jazzed for that one. But RCC has 5 home games. We'll have track of them all. The Conquerors, Gabriel Gonzalez has been shaken up now twice, and that doesn't just look like the wind knocked out of him. We'll see when he can get back onto the field for Los Altos High School.
What a first night. This feels like fall. I love it. It's nice. You can start wearing long sleeve shirts again as we have an updated score of Norte Vista versus Linfield Christian. They're up 16-0 at the start of the second quarter. Our good friend Ron Main over at Norte Vista reached out, let me know the score.
Thank you very much, Ron. It'll be interesting to see once league play begins for some schools starting next week and others a couple of weeks. What a play defensively. The JW North defense has been dominant all night. Yet again by Manny DeCastro, the senior linebacker. Coupling as a defensive end on that play. DeCastro came in almost untouched. Second sack of the season for the senior defender and a loss of 7. JW North with Dennis Brown led them to their only postseason berth in 8 years back in 2018. Dennis Brown stepped down for the program this summer to become their athletic director, and that's where Opalani Veipulu took over as the school's listed, according to many of the reports, interim coach, but he's definitely got to be the head coach.
Oh, he is the head coach. And Dennis Brown is still an assistant coach with the team, comes out a couple times a week, works out with the guys. He's an assistant principal here. Known him since I got to see he and his brothers before the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Old family friends. Brown family's been
Well, you
around.
got to see his forehead.
I did, because he had a cool mask on.
Absolutely.
I know what he looks like. I don't need to see it. It's the best he's ever looked, by the way, with that mask on. He's never looked better. Took 20 years off his age wearing that mask.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, COVID wasn't all bad for everyone, so.
It's been wonderful for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've already discussed. I've had, that filler in my face and all that good stuff to make me look younger.
No need to wear makeup anymore, right?
No. I got Botox. I got filler.
Castillo for about a gain of 4. Come on, you don't need any of that stuff. You look great just the way you are.
Thank you. My sister-in-law has a med spa. I guess that's what they're called.
A med spa.
A med spa, and she does experiments on my face.
Oh, experiments, huh?
Yeah, she's trying to turn back the clock on me.
Huh. Yeah. Does she mess around with your hair a little bit?
I have no hair. How dare you? I did try, though, one time to go to one of those hair replacement systems. I thought about getting hair. Honestly, I thought about getting hair about 6 months ago. I was like, I'm going to go get a cool wig. And I'm telling you, I might do it. I still might.
I feel like you would get pretty long hair if you got a wig.
No way.
Get one past your
hair.
shoulders.
I want tall hair. I want to put mousse in it.
You're going to get hair like Dennis Brown? Is that your game plan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Another big hit made by Leo Tupou after the short Casillo scramble. And Los Altos late in this first half has another fourth down situation pending if they can't convert this third down. You know, sometimes the chains are so quick to flip to 2 to 3, I get a little mixed up. It's only third down for Los Altos.
Well, they don't want to give the ball back to North.
Yeah, the Conquerors come into this game scoring just 14 against Glendora last week, but they did hang 22 in a nail-biter at Monrovia a couple of weeks ago. They check in at 1-3 to this final non-league game. Castillo on a pass with some miscommunication that was the wrong way. Picked up by Brown, Terrence Brown, inside the 30 down to the 23.
What can Brown do for you?
No relation to the former coach.
Big play, though.
Yeah, nearly a touchdown. Castillo, it just looked from the start that they weren't on the same page, quarterback and receiver.
I want to say thank you to everybody who's watching us worldwide on that web, on the YouTube and Facebook. Everybody, I see there's a couple people from Grass Valley, an alumnus of 1974, I believe. So
and that's just on YouTube, since you're not looking at hashtag I Love Riverside on Twitter.
Twitter and all those things. He's an alumni of 1984. So thank you for listening and watching on Riverside TV. We have a flag on the play. We'll bring back 5 yards.
So from those of you out of the area and not too familiar with these two schools, JW North resides out of the city of Riverside, just outside the Los Angeles area, about an hour to the east. Los Altos, closer to the LA area from Hacienda Heights. In the flat, Venancio Michele. Who knew that he also was a pretty darn good receiver as he leaks out of the backfield, picks up the first down and a whole lot more.
There's that easy throw, just a great release.
I mean, you could see it on the quarterback's face and just the way that he's, performed in this first half. Jaden Gamble, this has to be one of the easier games he's played. Check downs, runs, very stress-free night for Gamble so far. He throws to his left to Elliott, who dropped it.
Well, I'll tell you what, the big boys up front really protect him. And like I said, he's very, very patient in that pocket. You see him.
Ooh,
not too worried.
And that tight spiral, that looks like a guy that may join the ranks of a Bo Brooks at the collegiate level, too, out of the city of Riverside. We are down to 54 seconds to go in the second quarter, and they'll go back to the ground. Michele to about the 6. And they'll drop the chains. It's a 1st and goal for JW North. The Huskies are scoring a league best 36 points per game this season. The offense, led by the big nasties up front, has put together another solid game tonight. And you brought this up with Gazal during the last game, that this is typically a run-heavy football team that's all of a sudden got a little passing element to it. They're passing for more yards than rushing this season, which is very unusual.
Well, it's great. I mean, if you have such a stalwart defense like North has, and you're able to pepper around the run and the pass, you've got tall receivers. You have guys that can catch it in the flat, create space. Michele, Elliott, those guys can just give them space on the field, and they can do so much damage. I was just thinking about this playoff scenarios this year, and I don't think you can't really label North into a division yet, and I'll go on a little more to explain the playoffs for those of you that are wondering out there watching here on Riverside TV. We'll get going on a little bit more on that during the game.
Oh, yeah. Governor Jeff Gorham is going to get you up to speed. First down and goal from about the 5-yard line. Running back is Mika Ele, but a flag has been thrown. This looks like a false start.
47 seconds, and remember, if they score now, North gets the ball at the beginning of the second half.
That's right.
So North here could really, really levy themselves as they could score here and coming out of the halftime.
Absolutely. Playoffs will be on the mind of these schools because after a bye week, JW North has their league opener, and those league records will play a role. How much of a role, we'll tell you momentarily. Mika Ele joins Gamble in the backfield. Play fake. He is quickly under pressure, but shakes off the rush from Rivera, fires in the end zone, and finds Damian Ayala. Touchdown, JW North.
So everybody getting a piece of action here in the first half as we watch Gamble nearly get sacked, but evades a monster.
Yeah.
And just throws a nice pass, easy pass, to a perfect receiver in Damian Ayala.
Ayala sporting the visor, clear visor tonight. As Gamble gets on the board, he came into the game with 7 touchdown passes to just 2 interceptions. That PAT from Jose Lara is blocked. Just the second miss of the year for the senior, who has tried now a total of 18 PATs. So that shows you just how good this offense is. 27-0 off of the score.
There's Gamble, nearly gets, just
Jesus Rivera, number 58.
nearly grabbed and crunched him, but just like I said, nice little pass, wide open. Getting ready for a nice halftime.
Yeah.
We get to see the Blue Star Regimen perform.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it's pretty impressive stuff. I hope they march around and they always have a great. It's like a Vegas show.
Yeah.
Minus the showgirls.
Yeah, the band is really all we're looking for
That's
tonight.
all I
Okay.
care. I want to see the
Yep.
drill team. I want to see those tall flags getting thrown around. I want to hear the drum corps.
Mm-hmm. Kickoff sails inside the 15-yard line. David Titone Perez puts the crowd on its feet as they bring it out to the 34. 31 seconds, 2 timeouts for Los Altos.
Yeah, that was a kicker with the tackle.
Was it?
Yes, it was. Look at the hit.
Number 17.
You're darn right. There he is.
Jose Lara. Whoa!
Lara. Good job, buddy. I love the kickers.
Good job.
I love it when kickers do great things.
He actually has 5 tackles this year, so apparently he's been doing that a few times now.
You know, he's a soccer player.
Really?
Yes, we talked
Really?
about him in the first game we had him.
We did.
He went out
Yes,
and
you guys
recruited.
did. Yep. First down, Castillo looks left and overshoots his intended target, Nathan Aguilar. Plenty of snaps for Aguilar, number 6. He is a true freshman. And I say true freshman because some schools, and I hear a lot of this out there in Texas and different states that love football to no end, they will redshirt some of their high school football players. It happens. I'm just saying it happens. Not here, but
I'm
going
to be a 50-year-old freshman. They've been holding me back for years. I still got 4 years eligibility. I'm going to be the quarterback next year after Gamble leaves. I'm going to enroll at John W. North High School.
There you go. And you still have eligibility at RCC too. You haven't taken advantage of that either.
Nah, I'll be too old by then.
Oh, so that's the limit. Castillo, under duress, somehow gets rid of the ball. Excellent job up front. Danny Salvador on the blitz. Let's look at number 9, Danny Salvador. I mean, how did he get in the backfield so fast?
Weight room.
Yeah, that's a good point. And timing that snap, pretty important too. 19 seconds left in the second quarter. Huskies up 27-0. Their running back to start the game, Hassan Elliott, has scrambled for 2 rushing touchdowns. That's even with 1 negated by a penalty. Manasio Michele has another rushing score, and we just saw Jaden Gamble toss a touchdown pass. That to Damian Ayala, number 7. Huskies up by 4 scores. With a few seconds left in the second quarter, rush from Wilkins. Castillo goes deep. He's got a man open. And this first half passing game just looks out of sync tonight. Castillo has thrown an interception and is completing under 30% of his throws. Incomplete. To his credit, that one was on the run, but he had a man open.
You said 4 score. What does 4 score and 7 years ago mean?
4 score 7 years ago means...
Do you know what it is?
What it is?
It is the Gettysburg Address.
Yeah, I knew that. I'm trying to associate what president that is involved with, right?
Lincoln, my man. Lincoln.
I was going to say that.
Lincoln. There's your presidential trivia for the night.
That,
it was an easy
for the
one,
night.
But you said
there's
4
no
score.
way that's for the night.
You said 4 score and 7 yards to go, or whatever it was.
Was it? 4 score, was that the Emancipation?
No, it's a Gettysburg Address. I
Gettysburg?
told you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait for our trivia second half. We're going to have almost like a game show type of feel where we sort of quiz each other. There's going to be prizes.
4 score and 7 years ago. A score equals 20 years. So he was referencing 87 years. That was in 1776 when the Declaration of Independence was signed. That is the significance of the Gettysburg Address. But, hey, looks like we're going to get halftime here. Or
maybe one more play.
One more play. Oh, yeah, you can't end a quarter on a penalty, so they've got to play one more.
Some look to the gun show from our official Steve Pollard, by the way. We're going to the half. Okay, they teased us a little bit.
They did. So it's halftime. I'll tell you what, North looking dominant as ever. Number 1 in the Inland Sports City of Riverside TV rankings. And they look great first half.
Are they number 1 in the rankings of the city ranks we have here in the booth? You know, that committee didn't include me. We'll see coming up in the second half.
It's a supercomputer, my friend.
Yes.
A supercomputer.
Yes. Oh, a supercomputer?
Yep.
Maybe I know something that supercomputer doesn't. We'll see. JW North up 27-0 at the half over the Conquerors of Los Altos. More from the Riverside City Game of the Week when we return right here on Riverside TV.
The Riverside County Transportation Commission has partnered with California Operation Lifesaver to educate Riverside County residents about how to be safe around trains and railroad tracks. Here are 3 safety facts you need to know. First, trespassing on train tracks is not only dangerous and can lead to serious injury, it is also illegal. Second, you may not always be able to hear a train coming, which is why it's important to always stay off and away from tracks. And finally, it can take a train up to a mile to come to a complete stop. If an object or person is on the tracks and the train can't stop in time, unfortunately, a collision may occur. Now that you're the expert, you can help us spread the word by sharing these important safety messages with your friends and family. We thank you for practicing rail safety.
My name is Melissa Olmos, and I'm a driver operator in the Department of Refuse for the City of Riverside, and I've been doing this for 4 months already. I really enjoy it because this job is not like a routine, so every day is different. So I'm assigned to do the bookings. The residents call to the city to be serviced, and these items is large furniture, mattress, and appliance. The residents, they have 2 times a year, and these items, I put it in the back of the packer, and the packer crashes and compact these items so I can take it to the dump. My favorite part of the job is driving the truck. Since I was younger, my dream was to be a driver. And now that the city of Riverside gave me this opportunity, I really enjoy it. I'm really proud of what I do because when I go to the residents' houses, I see the faces, they're happy because we're picking up the items they don't want anymore. So I try to get in here because this is a better job for me with a better stability. And I wanted to because I want to set a good example for my 2 daughters that I have. One of my hobbies that I have is go hiking. I like the outside activities like camping, and I also enjoy riding motorcycles. If I have to describe my job in one word, it will be it's perfect.
The Riverside County Transportation Commission has partnered with California Operation Lifesaver to educate Riverside County residents about how to be safe around trains and railroad tracks. Here are 3 safety facts you need to know. First, trespassing on train tracks is not only dangerous and can lead to serious injury, it is also illegal. Second, you may not always be able to hear a train coming, which is why it's important to always stay off and away from tracks. And finally, it can take a train up to a mile to come to a complete stop. If an object or person is on the tracks and the train can't stop in time, unfortunately, a collision may occur. Now that you're the expert, you can help us spread the word by sharing these important safety messages with your friends and family. We thank you for practicing rail safety.
My name is Melissa Olmos, and I'm a driver operator in the Department of Refuse for the City of Riverside, and I've been doing this for 4 months already. I really enjoy it because this job is not like a routine, so every day is different. So I'm assigned to do the bookings. The residents call to the city to be serviced, and these items is large furniture, mattress, and appliance. The residents, they have 2 times a year, and these items, I put it in the back of the packer, and the packer crashes and compact these items so I can take it to the dump. My favorite part of the job is driving the truck. Since I was younger, my dream was to be a driver. And now that the City of Riverside gave me this opportunity, I really enjoy it. I'm really proud of what I do because when I go to the residents' houses, I see the faces, they're happy because we're picking up the items they don't want anymore. So I try to get in here because this is a better job for me with a better stability. And I wanted to because I want to set a good example for my 2 daughters that I have. One of my hobbies that I have is go hiking. I like the outside activities like camping, and I also enjoy riding motorcycles. If I have to describe my job in one word, it will be perfect.
Engine 1 AMR, respond with RPD for a traffic accident with injuries. In 1234 Main, cross of Columbia, 2 vehicles involved.
Each year, the Riverside City Fire Department responds to 40,000 emergency calls.
431.
And the men and women of the Riverside Police Department drive Code 3 every day.
We need your help so you know what to do when you see emergency vehicles.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right. So help us help you.
We need you to pull to the right. We are proud of the Riverside Police Department's tradition of integrity, service, and excellence. RPD officers are disciplined, well-trained professionals who always lean forward to make our community safer and more livable. We are always looking for mature, educated men and women who want to apply their courage and judgment to serve the people of Riverside. If that's who you are, we want to talk to you.
Today is our very first building of a little free pantry. We are building a little free pantry in our community. It will be one of the 26 throughout Riverside that will help fill the gaps of food scarcity here in Riverside. Data is telling us now that 1 in 6 families are hungry. It's about 44% of adults and about 50% of children that are hungry here within our own neighborhood, in our own backyard.
Because of the pandemic, there's a lot of hunger out there. There's a lot of families in need, and we hope that this will act as a bridge until families are able to get the food that they need. I think that there are always those times where we are living paycheck to paycheck and we need just a few cans of something to get us by. So these little pantries will serve in that capacity, and we're really excited to see something that will help families in need.
And this has been a wonderful collaboration with the Riverside Mutual Aid Network, IEHP, here at Sandals Church, and the City of Riverside. So this has been a fantastic opportunity for community members to step up and to fill a real void in our city, which is food insecurity. So the idea is that if one of these free little pantries in your neighborhood, you could stock it as frequently or as infrequently as you want to. And the idea behind it is that when people have extra food, it doesn't go to waste.
These pantries are just kind of the first.
Welcome back to JW North High School. Nick Rice and Jeff Gorham on Riverside TV.
Hey, it is Ready Riverside Public Safety Preparedness Expo. September is National Preparedness Month. This year's theme is Prepare to Protect. The City of Riverside has joined the national efforts of the Ready campaign by hosting a Public Safety Preparedness Expo on Saturday, September 18th from 11 to 3 p.m. at the Galleria at Tyler, Riverside South parking lot of J.C. Penney. The expo displays will include fire and police specialized vehicles, informational booths, hands-only CPR, neighborhood watch, fire safety, all of these things. Community Emergency Response Team, Riverside Public Utilities, Operation Rivco Shield, COVID Vaccine Clinic. Water efficiency has been I'm sorry, I read too much there. We went too much. But the public safety, there we go. Let's go with the water
Let's
safety.
just talk about it. Sure, why not?
Water efficiency has become a way of life in Southern California, and Riverside Public Utilities offers a variety of rebates to help customers lower their water use and save money. Simple changes can make a big difference. Visit riversidepublicutilities.com/rebates to learn more. Okay,
oh my gosh, we're going to have water to waste if we keep reading these ads every minute.
I'm telling you, this is fantastic. Got a great view of the field here on Riverside TV. Is
award-winning camera crew and Riverside TV staff.
27-0 over the Conquerors. I don't know if you can call them that after this if they don't pull off the victory. And North will get the ball here in the second half.
So pretty good spot for the Huskies. For those of you just joining us, JW North scored on the second play of the game. It took them 14 seconds. They did everything that we didn't even see. We were too busy talking to each other up here in the booth. Opening kickoff taken by Los Altos. Their first play was a handoff, and the running back not only got hit in the backfield, but we ripped away the ball, or JW North ripped away the ball from. We were so surprised. We didn't even know it was a turnover for a while. Huskies punched it in on the next play, and that was really the sign of things to come for the Huskies.
Well, here, we talked about at the end of the half that you couldn't end on a penalty, but they did end it.
Apparently you can.
But they've taken it away during the kickoff here in the second half.
Usually this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but JW North has ripped off some great returns out to near the 40-yard line twice. So this is a significant switch in field position, potentially, based on how this kickoff goes. And indeed, it's a touchback. As we begin the third quarter, Husky football at their own 20-yard line, or 25. Nice kickoff there out of Christopher Magat of Los Altos, his first try of the ball game. 27-0 JW North. Jeff Gorham, what are your thoughts of the first half?
Hey, dominance of John W. North is just getting better and better. The one thing I will say that we've noticed is that they've really, really curbed their penalties. The first time we covered them, they had a lot of penalties, a lot of calls. I mean, personal foul calls. They've really shored that up, and they've really cleaned it up quite a bit here in the first half, that's for sure.
Huskies begin the half with the pass going deep. Jaden Gamble into single coverage on the outside. Incomplete with no flag thrown as he made the grab but was out of bounds. Great coverage by David Titon Perez of Los Altos.
He was out of bounds when he caught this. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't get his foot in, but a good catch. Good catch.
Second down and 10. The Huskies are currently leading the Sun Belt League at 4-0 in non-league action. Their conference opener begins in 2 weeks. They'll have a bye next Friday. Tunnel screen. That to Jeremiah Calhoun, who runs out of bounds after a gain of about 6. JW North is 4-0. Meanwhile, to round out the league is Orange Vista at 2-1, Hemet at 2-2, and both Valley View and Paloma Valley are winless at 0-3 this season. And for JW North, their conference opener is against maybe the next best team in this league right now in Orange Vista. That is on the road. Technically, not too far of a drive away. And that will be with you and J.R. Ibarra on the Riverside TV broadcast in 2 weeks, Jeff.
Sweet. Covering the Huskies.
Gamble under duress is hit as he throws. And Mika Ele will be short of the first down.
Well, it's nice when you can get out of the pocket. You're being chased by a couple monsters, and just get it to number 30.
It's not the first time you've called that defensive line monsters.
Because look at them, they're chasing me. It looks tiny compared to these guys. Just a little quick pass.
Pressure from Aiden Valdez, number 11.
That's the first time we've seen him punt tonight.
Yes, the Huskies punter will be number 84 on the roster. Well, apparently JW North hasn't punted in a while, maybe not even all season. Muffed punts off of Toki's hands into the grasp of Los Altos, and Sanchez gets wrapped up and spun down.
Well, man, Los Altos lucked out. They handed the ball right off to North, and it bounced right into the hands.
Leo Tupou, number 45 for JW North. Look at him nearly get the ball twice. Oh.
He threw him like a Frisbee. He said whammo. You know, whammo used to make Frisbees. You know that? That's another old, that's a 70s thing, but
You
Frisbees?
asked me that question like as if there's a chance.
Oh, man. Yeah, whammo.
Hey, you 26-year-old whose birthday was just last week, by the way.
Hey, happy birthday again.
Thanks. Hey, could there's this president from the 1700s that I want you to know about. Why? Just because. I want to prove that I know more than you.
No.
Change of quarterbacks. Castillo's out of the game. Drop. And you can see the frustration for Nathan Aguilar. Incomplete.
Got a rumbling of the stands here.
Yeah.
Nice. Great student body out here at John W. North High School. Good pass.
Oh.
That was one he probably
It's been that type of night for Los Altos.
Hit him in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Right in the hands.
Don't you hate that? So JW North on its first 3-and-out maybe of the whole season. Gave it back up on the punt to Los Altos. Huskies are scoring a league best 36 points per game, and they may have way more by the end of the night. This run's going nowhere. JW North last season had 3 non-league games and 2 league games. It was the 5-game COVID-shortened season. They entered league play against Valley View and Notre Dame. Many knew would play pretty well against those guys. They beat them by the final combined score of 83-0. That's how good they beat their 2 league opponents in the COVID season.
Holy smokes. That is
So it'll be interesting to see how they play when they join the league starting in 2 weeks.
Well, let's talk about Caltrans is partnering with the city of Riverside to collect the public's trash and unwanted items on Saturday, September 25th from 9 to 3 p.m. Please, no hazardous waste, no paint, no solvents, no batteries, home remodel or demo waste, electronics, flammables, petroleum products, aerosols, or compressed gases. All loads must be tied or secured or they will not be accepted. The event will be held at the Caltrans maintenance station located at 1091 Everton Place in Riverside, California, 92507. That's a lot of things not to bring. Don't bring flammables, petroleum products, and aerosol. Those are cans, like hairspray. See, I don't have any of those because I have no hair. And I don't know anything about compressed gases. That must be like something else in a can.
Yeah.
But any of those other things, if you have an old rug, if you have an old nursery stuff that you have kids, throw it away.
You want to know what they're not going to be throwing away here in the city of Riverside?
Nope.
Water. Because they're not going to be wasting that around here. Castillo. A good throw coming back to make the catch is David Titone Perez, a two-way player, and maybe the best player on the team tonight, number 4, with the grab and the first down.
He just caught that while he was hanging out on his knees. Good catch.
All right, that's a gain of 10 for Los Altos. The Conquerors, on their second drive of the game, picked up 3 first downs, and it looked like they were rolling. Huskies, it seemed they found the game plan, the best suit that offense, a run-heavy offense, and they have responded in a big, big way. Couple of yards on the run here. Carry from Joaquin Carney. And the tackle from number 47, Sion Tupou. Leading the league in tackles with 32 this season is Tupou. Third play of this Los Altos drive. Bootleg. Castillo fires deep over the middle. Incomplete. Isaac Dominguez, the intended target.
Threw the flag, though. See where the flag was actually thrown. Like it might have been the holding area, but let's see here. They're going to call pass interference.
Nearly an interception, too, from Brown.
As the referees here need to converse.
We have informed the city of Riverside about pretty much everything that's going on, or have we missed something?
We have not.
Okay.
Other than if you're reading our bottom third there, it's the 8th Annual Tamale Festival, September 18th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's tomorrow, my friend. I'm going to be there tomorrow before the RCC game. I'm going to go get tamales.
Is that after you do another round of your voiceover work? Because it sounds sure like you do plenty of that.
No, I'm telling you, man. I'm going to bring a whole vat of tamales for the crew tomorrow.
Well, you better also bring some lozenges. All this talking tomorrow night at RCC.
It's going to be 4 hours plus.
First throw from Castillo is reeled in for a loss. 2 yards in the backfield. Another thing tonight, as we see the pressure there by JW North, excellent from Danny Salvador. The Huskies have nearly filled up. I mean, I think they have. Maybe there's an extra spare seat somewhere here in the home section. They've really packed the house tonight.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Riverside's come out in droves this year. And they filled bleachers, as we saw last week, as you had Polly King, and it was Ramona High School was filled to capacity. Tonight is also the same for the home side here at North.
Well, those in attendance are getting a pretty good product right here tonight, but we've got a special treat for those here on Riverside TV. I'm going to be questioning Jeff Gorham. This was not planned beforehand.
Okay.
I'll be giving you some questions to answer, and I think it'll be pretty fun for the fans to watch. So stay tuned for that.
All right, sounds good. I've only been on Jeopardy twice.
Oh, yeah. Only twice, huh?
Only twice.
You know, they need to do a Sports Jeopardy one of those. With Mike Richards, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
You know something about Jeopardy, it sounds like. That's you.
I know whatever's trending on Jeopardy.
Oh, okay.
I'm answering like one correct question on there. Whenever they miss the sports questions, it's funny. Castillo throws into traffic. There were 3 Huskies in the area, but that pass is reeled in at the 28-yard line. Isaac Dominguez makes the grab. It's a first down.
Nice throw by Castillo there. Through between several defenders. North defense giving up some yards here. Let's see if they can put the stall to this offense and get the ball back here.
JW North has pitched 1 shutout this season, week 3 against the Titans of Notre Dame. 27-0 here in the third quarter.
We have a halftime score at Linfield Christian and Norda Vista. They are up 30-0 at half.
Norda Vista looks like the real deal, one of the best teams in the city of Riverside. 1st and 10 from the 28. Castillo with a rush of 4. Throws deep downfield. He's got his man at the 10. He may have lost the ball at the end of it. Valdez on the fumble. It's recovered by Lindsay.
Yeah, that's just great defense right there. Great catch. But the Huskies went and just slapped the ball away, as we see here on the replay. Really getting their hands on it. Good pass. Goes up and grabs the ball. Watch.
Just a great catch. And yes, that's a clean fumble. Lisa Toatoki, who already scooped a fumble tonight, forces 1-2.
He just punched the ball right out of his hands.
Los Altos did a good job avoiding the turnovers. None since the first play of the game. But that promising drive screeches to a halt. 1st and 10 for JW North at the 18-yard line. Huskies score one more time, and that could be too much to overcome for the Conquerors. $18-yard line. Mika Ele is going to throw. Oh, my goodness, what a play call. And he's got a wide-open Calhoun downfield to the 35. Mika Ele can run, can catch, and he can throw it as far as the football field is long. First down, JW North.
Great play. Just Mika Ele threw it as far as he possibly could, but there was no one around Calhoun. Calhoun was standing all by himself. If he had caught that on the straight run, nobody would have caught him.
What a natural throw that was from Mika Ele. Looks like a quarterback, a veteran, throwing the ball with a pass like that. For about the first 2 seconds of that play, it looked like there wasn't a chance that they'd do anything. Mika Ele, for one of the first times in a long time, is stopped right across the line. It's a gain of 1.
It didn't get his 8-yard average.
Yeah. That's Elliott. Mika Ele's at 10.5.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of yards.
Yeah. It almost begs the question why he didn't start tonight for as good as he is. But Asan Elliott, of course, is pretty good too, capable of being a starter pretty much anywhere else in Riverside. For receivers, Mika Ele's in the block. And he throws quickly on the outcut. Gain of 12 and a first down. Mika Ele with the throw of the ball game we saw earlier. Just a phenomenal pass. Calhoun for 55. That was a thing of beauty. Play of the game so far.
Great way to get that first down.
Carson Branch on the catch. Just the second grab of the season for Branch. 1st and 10. Mika Ele is hit in the backfield again. Cuts back to his left. Spins. Stays on his feet. I mean, this is amazing. Gain of 7 for one of the most amazing to watch kids in the city.
Boy, he is fun to watch, isn't he? Just when you think he's caught, you can't grab him. He's a slippery guy.
You know, if he didn't run into his own guy, maybe he's still running.
Exactly.
Second down. Gamble under duress and sacked. Taken down by Aiden Valdez of the Conquerors.
That's the first time we've seen him go down today. Great rush, great blitz there. No, untouched, just completely untouched.
And that brings up a 3rd down and 16. Gamble is only sacked for the first time in the game. They had done a terrific job of protecting the quarterback. First down make is at the 14-yard line. 3rd and 16 late in the 3rd quarter. Neither team has scored in the second half. Mikaele to the 15. And he's upended by Aranda just short of the first down. No, they give it to him.
They did. They gave him a little extra there. But, man, Mikaele, I mean, really just finds holes. I mean, and he's got nobody around him for 5 yards most of the time. And this is against the line of scrimmage. It's an amazing little ball player there.
Mikaele on pace for 1,200 yards just in the regular season if he keeps this one going. Gamble looks to his right, and the pressure comes in late, and he's taken down.
Yeah, Gamble took a shot that time.
Gabriel Gararte makes the play.
They're showing blitz there, and he just got stuck.
Yeah. Great coverage, too, by Los Altos. The Huskies are perfect in the red zone so far today. 4 receivers in the game as J.W. North looks to cap off this brilliant drive with 6. Gamble throws a jump ball into the end zone. He beats Aguilar for the touchdown. Nope, never mind. And a flag is thrown too.
Let's see here is a perfect pass thrown up top.
Looked like a touchdown to me. He had both feet into Granger.
Yeah, the ball went out of his hands.
Oh, the ball went out of his hands. Oh. I guess you probably should hang on to the ball if I'm going to call a touchdown.
Yeah. That was a PI. And North now is going to have 4 downs on 3 yards.
So this
it'll be 1st and goal. Looks like on the 4-yard line.
Yep, 1st and goal. Gamble throws one to Granger, and that's out of bounds. So it should be 2nd down and goal. We'll get that one from the guys in the stadium right here. The scores fixed that one at some point. Yes, they got it fixed. Okay, we're at 2nd and goal. Granger has come close on a couple of throws from Gamble in the end zone.
Yeah, they just went to the big receiver and throw it up high, and goes up and gets it.
2nd down and goal. This drive began off the fumble inside their own 25. What a drive of over 5 minutes, and it's capped off with a touchdown. Mikaele is in. That's 10 for the senior running back this season.
Boy, he's had himself a good ball game after not playing in that first quarter.
Venancio Mikaele made the key play on the 55-yard pass and then caps it off himself with the 2-yard touchdown run. Look at that offensive line. My goodness. Number 72, the left tackle, Arthur Marquez. Springs Mika L.A. into the end zone.
You got to give it to Castro Vargas, Taracio, Marquez, and Ramirez. Those guys up front are taking care of business.
Extra point is good, and the Huskies lead the ball game 34-0. So now would be a good opportunity to bring out the sheets, right?
It's back. The Tamale Festival, the 8th annual, is in downtown Riverside tomorrow. Live music, dance, lucha libre, wrestling, art, kids zone, beer garden, shopping, food, and of course, those great tamales. Children 12 and under are free. That's tomorrow between 11 and 7 p.m. at White Park in downtown Riverside. Don't miss this great family-friendly event and help raise funds for the Spanish Town Heritage Foundation, which is dedicated to championing the Hispanic legacy of the Inland Empire's first settlers. Find out more at Riverside Tamale Fest. I can't wait.
Yes. Well, cook up some tamales here in the booth. Start of the fourth quarter, I'll ask you some questions.
You can ask me anything you like.
Anything.
Anything.
Cool. What's my favorite color?
Purple.
How did you know?
I'm omnipotent.
Nice. Laura kickoff taking it around the 12-yard line. And David Titone Perez. Well, he's wrapped up by Lisito Atoki just across the 25-yard line. By the way, make sure to join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. Kickoff from Arthur N. Wheelock Stadium in Riverside. Riverside TV presents the home debut of the 2021 Tigers, their national championship bid. They'll defend that crown, will the RCC Tigers, with the Week 3 game against Saddleback College.
It's their big rival. Saddleback is always the rival of RCC.
You know, it's funny because usually rivalries are two-sided.
Ooh.
Oh.
To a little shade it does. Saddleback.
Shade. So we'll see how that one pans out.
Yeah, they did put up 52 last week, though.
Yeah.
Saddleback did. So
more
it'll be
than
a good
the
one.
Tigers last week, so that'll be interesting. Just about a minute to go here in the third quarter. Castillo with the four-man rush. Titone Perez on the slant. Away he goes. He's open with a flag. 50. Foot race to the 40. Titone Perez goes 74 yards. If this play stands, it's a Los Altos touchdown. That looked clean to me.
They're going to call a hold on Los Altos, and that's not going to count.
That's now 2 touchdowns we've seen today, wiped out, 1 on each team. So I guess in the respect of fairness, we're back at square zero now. Great run by the guy who's really dominating the game tonight. For them, David Titone Perez, number 4.
Still holding them scoreless, though. That's something I know Coach Vaiapulu and his Huskies want to see. Love to see a shutout here, heading into a bye week.
Yeah, we spoke to the coaching staff, Dennis Brown and company, before the game. Just starting the season with, the COVID protocols, the limited off-season training. I mean, they just had their spring season for football, their 5-game schedule, end just a couple months ago. So that quick turnaround, it'd be hard for anybody, especially a team with such high expectations as the Huskies, to start a season like this. If this score stands, they will have outscored their opponents 178-20. That is the score going on right now for JW North. Sack. Harrison Abercelli, 3rd sack of the season for the senior.
Great play from number 43 there. I mean, he's quick, gets to him. Perfect tackle, grabs him with both hands. Picture perfect tackle. If you're watching youngsters tackle like that.
Oh, great stuff. That's the end of the third quarter. Huskies 34 and the Conquerors nothing. Before we continue, let's look at the upcoming Riverside TV schedule. There's a lot of Notre Vista on there, and there is a whole heck of a lot of North on there too.
We have North Vista versus Redlands next week. Hillcrest at Patriot, October 1st. We have a doubleheader on October 1st. Roosevelt versus King. That'll be a great one in Big 8 play. And we're going to get to see Poly a couple more times this year, which is great. We've seen Coach John Rice do a great job with this young Poly team. And like you said, we are getting peppered with North versus Hemet and Valley View on October 22nd. And we will end the regular season
the way that it should be.
Ramona versus Hillcrest could be for a possible league championship if it comes down to it between those two teams.
And then not to mention all the RCC coverage that we have. That'll be interesting to watch. Also make sure to tune in throughout the week for the weekly coaches' perspective. Does that ever get old, talking to these coaches?
No! It's always great. It's always fun.
And Pep Fernandez, Ghazal Hassan from, I don't know, maybe his laundry room. I don't know where he was broadcasting last week.
Ghazal, he's in his mansion
in
Westwood. And Pep Fernandez, as my children like to call him, he was deep in the Inland Sports Studios.
Also,
i.e. the County of Riverside, where he works and is a spokesman for the County of Riverside.
Pump fake. Castillo goes deep. That is just a bit underthrown. It appeared it was incomplete. Pass intended for Isaac Dominguez.
I believe it's an interception.
It appeared. Let's look at the replay.
Yes, they're going to give it to him. It's an interception.
It looked like the ball bounced on the. Did he make that catch?
Yes, he did.
Wow. Now, it looked like it touched the ground, even on the replay, but they will say that he controlled it. They don't have the benefit of the replay that we do. Let's look one more time. You can see towards the tail end of that grab. Now, it's a phenomenal catch, but it sort of slips out of his body here. What do you think, Jeff? It's
no,
close.
I'm going to count it.
Yeah, I'd say
he kept it to his body.
What a play. Frankie Rios with the interception for the Huskies.
The Huskies looking to put up a couple more here.
JW North has a pretty darn good quarterback of the present, Jaden Gamble, but we may be seeing the quarterback of the future for the Huskies take the snap right now. Cameron Shannon throws quickly to Mason McGill. That throw is behind him and incomplete. He is just a sophomore, 5'10", 160 pounds, number 12, Cameron Shannon.
Shannon kind of rushed that play. As soon as he saw an opening, he threw it. Relax, young fella. You'll be fine.
He is 5 for 9 in completions this season, make it 5 for 10 after that throw. But he is also, similar to Gamble, he is a very solid mover in the pocket, and he's averaging 14.5 yards a run, so he can certainly beat the defense with his legs. Cameron Shannon on 2nd and 10. Could that have been a false start?
I believe so.
Okay, so here we go. We were talking in the last broadcast about who is the greatest Riverside football player, right? Player to ever come from the city of Riverside.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to ask you a couple of names, and I'm going to ask you, give you a little details of a few names, and you tell me where they went to school.
Oh, that'll be easy.
That'll be easy?
Yeah, hold on. Let me watch this play.
Okay, we'll see. And this will be a great opportunity for those fans as well to just give you an insight of how many guys succeed in the city of Riverside. Shannon sacked here. Just the pipeline that is the city of Riverside.
Give me the first one.
So the first one is easy. I got to throw you a softball to get started. He is a Pro Bowler, played 4 years with the Rams. Great kicker, Frank Corral. Where did he go to school?
Norte Vista.
Okay.
He played basketball for my dad there. He was on the basketball team for my dad, for gosh sakes.
For gosh sakes.
All right, go ahead. Give me another one.
He played 10 years in the NFL from 96 to 2005 on defensive line. His name is Dwayne Clemens. Where did he go to school?
North.
JW North. I'm a little concerned how easily you're naming these guys. Okay. Third on the list after this play. 3rd and 24. How we got here, who knows? Here's a run. Inside for Brown. And he is tripped up just short of the 45. Third name on the list, He made the Pro Bowl in 2001 and played a dozen seasons in the NFL. Sammy Knight.
He went to Rubidoux.
Rubidoux, good. Another defensive back.
His brother, Ryan Knight, was one of the best tailbacks ever out of USC, by the way.
Really?
Yes, there you go. Give me another one.
Another one.
You're toying with me.
He also played defensive back, 6 years in the NFL. Tom Hayes. Oh.
Tom Hayes, Riverside Poly.
Wrong.
Oh, I was wrong?
Yeah. Guess again.
I don't know. Tom Hayes. Never don't
played
know.
5 years with the Falcons in the 70s.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
Oh, it had to be. It's not a Ramona guy. He's got to be. Is he a North guy?
Nope.
No. Where would he? Where? Couldn't be an Arlington guy.
He went to Rubidoux.
See, that's not Riverside though. That's
All
not
right.
Riverside.
All right.
It's not to say Riverside.
We're gonna call that a wash.
Okay. Yeah. You can't throw that one off me there. Come on.
Okay.
In the
And then-
70s. Good golly.
Here is the last name.
Okay.
He played from 1999 to 2006 in the NFL. In fact, he was a top 10 pick when he was drafted. Linebacker Chris Claiborne.
North. Come on, man. He was a great football player. Great basketball player. He's one of my good friends too.
Chris Claiborne?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he used to play men's league basketball with me, and he would protect me when I was still playing.
So he'd shove guys out of the way?
He's a big-time high school coach. I think he's at I don't know, one of those teams in Sherman Oaks. Chris Claiborne's a big-time football coach now.
I'm going to get you the answer to that question right now. So four corrects and a wash.
Yeah, the wash, the Rubidoux guy. I mean, come on.
Come on.
Huskies are going to play
Chris
you.
Claiborne is was the head coach at Calabasas. Is this the right name?
Yeah.
And now he took over. Oh, he's linebacker coach at Arizona State. I was going to say, no way.
Yeah, he was at Calabasas. He's
a
at
Buckeyes
Arizona
Award
State.
winner.
Is he at Arizona State now with Herm Edwards?
Herm Edwards, one of my favorites.
I had a chance to interview him.
First miracle to Meadowlands.
One of the funniest people I've ever talked to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had a nice interview with him.
Nice. Well, not as funny as Pep Fernandez and the Riverside TV crew, but pretty funny.
Yeah, Pep's not funny. Pep's a straight guy.
Straight guy.
That's my partner.
He's the cliche machine. That's who he is.
Are you kidding me? I'm going to tell him you said that.
What?
I'm going to tell Pep Fernandez you said that.
Fernando's. Good job. I'll be back next week with more.
You better give me more than that. Come on, man. It was easy.
Some softball questions right now.
Those are all softballs.
27 NFL players have come from Riverside schools. The last, actually, here's a good one. I was going to say the answer to that question, but I'll ask you. I think you probably know the answer to this. This is probably another softball. Who is the last player to be active in the NFL from a Riverside school?
Oh, that's he's still playing. It's a little running back from Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 3 Super Bowl championships.
Yep, he just won one with the Bucks this last year.
Yeah, he's got 3. He's got 2
That's
back-to-back.
crazy.
Yeah.
New England, Philly, Tampa.
This is a little running back. He was also went to Oregon. He was on the track team at Oregon.
Starts with a K. That's his first name.
Kenyon Barner.
Kenyon Barner.
I interviewed him too. I thought he was a little kid. He's a little tiny guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's any taller than 5'10 or 5'11.
No, he's not that tall. He was wearing yellow shoes when I interviewed him.
Oh, really?
I interviewed him at his own football camp, and I didn't recognize him because he wears a helmet. And I saw him. I said, "Where's Kenyon Barner?" And he goes, "I'm right here." I said, "You're a little guy. There's no way you're Kenyon Barner."
No way.
And he had yellow shoes on, yellow running shoes.
Well, we may be talking in the near future. You may be interviewing a guy with a little more size than Kenyon Barner. And Opalani Vaipulu, the head coach, talked about him. Now at Arizona State, Austin Berry. I believe I remember talking about him briefly when we were doing this a year or two ago. Austin Berry, he's one of the big guys. It's just like a whole unit at JW North.
That's right.
But Austin Berry, highly touted recruit. We'll be excited to see how he plays in the Pac-12. And Kayvon Baptiste, by the way, I remember him quite a bit. He's now at San Jose State.
And playing.
Yeah, as a true freshman, which is crazy. So, JW North, if they're not the best school in the city of Riverside, they're pretty darn close.
Oh, no, they're the best. I would love to see them play Norte Vista. I'd like to see the Smash Mouth football of Norte Vista. I would like to see, actually, I'd love to see North play Norco. I think that would be a great matchup. It won't happen unless we see it in the playoffs.
And that brings up a great point. So after this play, I'd like to ask you exactly what the playoffs are like, because it is different. And for those fans who are wondering, are they even having playoffs at all? I don't remember playoffs in the COVID season. We'll let you know in just a sec. 1st and 10. Middle screen from Castillo, somehow over 2 defenders. He makes the grab, does Joaquin Carney for a gain of 3.
Well, yeah, the CIF rankings now are going to be based, they're not going to be in divisions. They will eventually be, but they're going to rank 1 through, just say 100. You have 1 through 100.
Okay.
They'll go 1 through 16 will be a Division 1. You go 17 through the next 34, I guess, that would be Division 2, and so forth and so on. And they're going to go based on rankings. If you beat a team that's ranked higher than you, you'll get maybe 10 points. It's all thrown into a super type computer thing. There's a formula that they use, and at the very last game of the season, they will come out with the rankings and show you what division you're in. So, I mean, North, if they keep running the table, they could be in a really high division. There won't be a Division 8 or Division 9. They'll be in a Division probably 2 or 3, I would imagine.
Oh, that's got to be tough.
Because right now they're ranked, what are they in Southern Section, 74th?
I got to double check.
I think
Tito Perez, that was the guy who dropped that pass. He's played so well, and he had the touchdown wiped out by penalty. That could have been a near touchdown. Ugh.
I believe that they are ranked in the 70s, so that would put them right.
Oh, well, in CIF, they're ranked 74.
Yeah, so they would be ranked.
I was just looking for what division they're in.
Yeah, see, there's no divisions now, so you can't.
Oh, there's none?
There's none right now. They're throwing the divisions out the door this year.
Oh, okay. So the division's going to be, all right.
Based on your rankings.
Clearly, I wasn't listening.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, so now that makes sense. Usually, divisions, you're already thrown into that before the season starts.
So if they were to hold this route, it'd probably be Division 4.
Now, to me, I think that is probably the better way to go about it. Just wait till the end of the season and throw teams into divisions.
Yes.
I mean, you already, like, the divisions aren't determining your schedule anyways.
No, and it was all based due to the COVID shortened season last year because, a lot of teams, they weren't sure exactly how, if certain games, we've had cancellations of many games this year, but they did this based on that because some teams might only get 8 games, 7 games if they have, Norte Vista's already had 2 games canceled, their opponents. So what they'll end up doing is they'll take the wins and see who they've played, and then they'll rearrange it and re-rank on the last week of the season. If it stands today, North would probably be in Division 4 if they were to go that route.
And according to Max Preps, Norte Vista is number 85 with JW North as 74. So he did make the catch. Was he inbounds? No signal.
As we see here on the replay, let's see.
Incomplete. It took them a long time to make that decision. Aiden Valdez was the target in the end zone. Coverage by Terrence Brown.
Let's see here.
Looked like a touchdown to me. One,
good catch. He had
2.
both.
He almost had a third.
Yeah,
but did that knee kind of...
That should have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it should have been. So, if we're doing 1 through 16, and my math serves me right, actually, JW North and Norte Vista should both be, if these rankings are correct, 74 JW North, 85 for Norte Vista.
They could play in the same division.
Both would be in Division 5.
They could.
So that would be fascinating. And Ramona would be in 6, and King would be in 7.
Correct.
And then it'll just be interesting how many divisions they go. Maybe about 12?
They're gonna base it on, I think they're going to actually take more teams if you finish, in your top 3, because that will still get you in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So you'll have some teams that maybe didn't fare well in the preseason, but did well in their non-league play, or I should say in league play, that will get them in the playoffs. So they might have, an extra couple divisions based on, and it's not really through Max Preps. I think that they do the rankings. It's a loose ranking system through Max Preps. I know CIF has their own. that they go with.
Stretch run. And Kearney gains a couple. That's enough for the first down. Now, the rankings there are not going to be quite as accurate as the Riverside rankings you can find every week on the Coach's Perspective with Jeff Gorham and a whole host of guests on Riverside TV.
A cavalcade of friends.
Oh, a cavalcade?
A veritable cornucopia.
What do you call,
a plethora.
You know, they have like a flock of hen and those different sayings for different groupings.
A pack of huskies.
Oh, you already knew where I was going with that
pack of dogs. Yeah, huskies.
Pack of huskies. Yeah. Same thing, huh? A hammock of bread. Castillo throws into the end zone. It is juggled but caught for a touchdown. Isaac Dominguez, the sophomore, makes the grab in the end zone. Los Altos had one touchdown wiped off the board, 2 trips into field goal range nullified by turnovers or penalties. This time they weren't going to be denied.
Good strike there. Huskies with some colorful socks there, as you see.
Yeah.
Those look like ugly Christmas sweater socks. What number was that guy?
19 for them.
Now this guy's got some really funny socks.
We'll get a number on that pretty quick. Here's the extra point. That's 29. You know, that might be why there's not a number 29 on the Max Preps roster.
That's it.
Just for the moment like this, where we'd be looking at his socks.
Yeah, he stood out with those ugly Christmas sweater socks. He's probably mad at me now. Hey, you just talked about my socks. Hey, you got to get some socks that look.
You know, number 29, Jeff Gorham's just jealous of your socks. He wishes that they used to have those socks in basketball back in the day, back when he was a menace on the court. Was Jeff Gorham. He gets suspended for probably about half of the games he was supposed to play in.
That was when I coached. I used to get thrown out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was.
You can't be as animated as the current RCC coach. That guy.
Phil Matthews.
Phil Matthews.
Phil and I have coached against each other several times.
Really?
Yeah. One of his brothers is one of my best friends. He's got many brothers.
You know,
the Matthew brothers, there are literally like 10 of them.
Interesting.
There's a bunch of
Now, how many best friends do you have? Definitely.
I have a
more than
lot
10.
of. I have a giant circle of close friends.
Yes, you have.
The governor, because all call me the governor.
They don't do that for nothing. Okay.
The governor of Riverside.
So the Tamale Festival is going to be around for 8 hours tomorrow. How many hours of tamale eating are you going to have?
About 4.
Interesting.
But I'm going to bring them.
Can you tell the folks where the tamales you can get them from?
White Park, man. The 8th annual Tamale Festival. I'm going for there it is.
There it is. I wonder who that person is in the graphic.
That's a great art, a nice drawing, as they say.
Greatest art in the region in Riverside. Go to any mural, go to any corner of a building. You've got plenty of amazing art. And tamales, too. Don't forget about that. Upman makes the grab, the catch from Salvador to avoid the fumble.
I'm hoping for some mariachis, because, you know, they have a mariachi festival, too, huh? That'll be next, but I'm sure there'll be some mariachis at the Tamale Festival.
I'm sure these guys, JW North, will be off to that festival tomorrow to celebrate an undefeated non-league season. So the Huskies are 5-0. And how about this? They haven't had a winning record in a non-COVID season. Last year, the COVID season, they were 3-2. So you have a full season. JW North hasn't had a winning record since 2012. Dennis Brown brought this team to the playoffs just recently in 2018, but they've got their sights set on the league title. It's been a little while since they've won the entire Sunset League, and it all begins for them in 2 weeks. So we certainly hope the best of luck. JW North has had lots of success. Obviously, they crushed the COVID season, but I mean, just from a glimpse, Jeff Gorham, this year feels different.
Well, I'm telling you, I think the culture is back at North High School. I think Coach Brown started it and handed it off to, the perfect person to handle the reins, Coach Vaiapulu. But I do feel that offensively they have weapons, running the football. They can throw the football. They've got tall receivers that are athletic, and that defense is stellar. I mean, they gave up 7 tonight, but honestly, I don't see anybody that can score on them in the area, and especially when they come into the league. They need to be focused. They have not committed too many penalties tonight, so they've cleaned that part up. And I'll tell you that their ceiling is extremely high.
The average score of the first 5 games of the season is 36-6. All of them are wins, including a drubbing of Los Altos in the non-league finale. We have plenty of league games on the docket on Riverside TV for JW North, along with plenty of other schools. Huskies crush their non-conference schedule. 1 shutout, and every game they've played is a win by at least 20. So the Huskies with high expectations. Before we go, the Conquerors. No shame in the way they played in the second half, showing some fight, coming back, scoring the touchdown late with Dominguez.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, they played a daunting preseason schedule. They'll be ready for league. But, man, they ran into a very, very good North Husky team.
Conquerors made the playoffs in 2019 and hope to do so again in 2021. JW North is rolling into the Sunset League. A blowout win tonight over Los Altos by the final of 34-7. For Jeff Gorham, Scott Brocious, and the rest of our excellent crew here on Riverside TV, I am Nick Rice saying so long from Riverside. Huskies win the game big tonight.